Hi, I'm Rocky Wilkerson, the Executive Director of Workforce Investment Solutions, LWA 19, that serves Macon and DeWitt counties. I'm so excited today to nominate WA&D for the Innovation Solutions Award. We've partnered with them now for a couple years, and just being able to partner with WA&D so that we can promote all the education and employment training opportunities and hiring events that we have in the community is fantastic. And so today I have Steve Nicholls with me representing WA&D, and we just want to ask him a few questions, and then we'll get on to the actual slides that we're going to be presenting. Steve, how did you hear about workforce services and the programs that were offered to businesses?
Well, it started when you came to WA&D. You had some concerns about getting this information out to the people in our area to make sure that we know what you guys have to offer. And just kind of blossomed from there. It exploded, actually.
And sometimes it seems like it's a Decatur's best kept secret, because we knew we had these training opportunities and we knew there was a process that they needed to go through, but we didn't know how to get the word out. And I think that's where WA&D was a great vehicle for us.
Well, I think so. We host the segments a couple of times a week. It's highlighting some different thing that's going on, whether it's a hiring opportunity, whether it's a free training you guys have going on, how to build a resume, how to interview, collaborations with Crossing Healthcare, and success stories we've had at other businesses that have really highlighted what you guys do have to offer, and you can't do it all in one segment.
Correct.
That's the big thing about it. You guys have so many hats or so many facets under this giant umbrella. We can't cover it all in one weekend or 1 week.
It was very consistent, and I think we not only helped the businesses in this area, but we helped the job seekers at the same time. So that was the beauty of the relationship, I thought.
Well, yeah, because it's the job seekers need help, but the businesses need help too.
Correct.
You guys work with both of them, very well. OJT is a perfect example, and we've got a couple of places that we've had some really good success stories.
Yes.
That we'll talk about later.
Yes. What impact has the workforce system had on the business or the community?
Well, I think the workforce system it's an evolving and it's a growing thing, because we bring these segments every week to the people, and I think kind of going back to what we talked about earlier, we highlight a certain thing that Workforce Investment Solutions does.
Correct.
And that's again with OJT, how to write a resume, all these other things, and I think it's kind of opening the eyes to the community's eyes to what you guys have to offer.
The hiring events is a great example of the number of people you were able to inform about the event. The biggest one we had was like over 200 people, and we had them lined up.
It was Fuyao, and we've also had the Sioux Shear annual thing.
Yes.
Where hundreds of people come to the KC Hall, resumes ready to go, and talking to I think we've had I know we've had over 40.
Yes. Yes.
You might even have more than that.
Yes.
40 employers that want to hire people.
Yes, and that was all. I felt like that success came from WA&D being able to get it out at all the different times throughout the day, letting people know what was going on, who was eligible, suitable, how we can help you, and we were able to get good responses from those events because of the vehicle. And I look at WA&D as that vehicle, that tool. Why should they partner with Workforce? Why would other businesses want to partner with Workforce?
Well, I mean, that's probably a question that's best left answered by places like Fuyao, like Strip Masters, like all these other businesses who have hired people through like the OJT program that are still working. They're the ones who are probably the ones that the best answer that question. But the thing is, it's results oriented. Every program you guys have to offer, it's a benefit to everybody involved. It's free to the employer or to the employee, the job seeker, a lot of these trainings, or the employer can get reimbursed 50% of his wages up to 10 weeks or so. Why wouldn't you?
So it is a means of educating the employers in our community as well as the job seekers, and that is why we appreciate WA&D in partnering with Workforce Investment Solutions.
But we're glad to help, and we'll keep it up.
Thank you.
Lately, businesses have had a really hard time recruiting qualified workers, and especially if you're in a specialized business, a lot like Strip Masters.
Most of the time you need people that have some experience. I mean, I think every company, indicator. This is the number one problem they've got right now, is trying to find people to hire.
It can be a challenge in finding people who've had experience in powder coating. And with the uptick in business, the challenge is even greater.
You got to find people that are not only going to be here today to just do this job, but they're going to have the ability to grow, with the business and advance as opportunities come up.
Sometimes businesses need a little help getting candidates to walk through the doors, and that's where Workforce Investment Solutions comes in with their OJT program.
Once an employer comes to us, one of the advantages is getting people that want to work back into the employment area, but they may not have all the exact skills that employer needs. That employer can come to Workforce and say, we can train this person on the job, and therefore we call it OJT, on the job training.
You see, this program comes with incentives to both the employer and the employee.
By doing this program, it gives people an opportunity to get into a job that they might not otherwise be able to because of the fact they don't have any experience.
Like Zachary and George here.
Just on the news, they were talking about how there'd be a job fair for out here. And I didn't have any kind of experience whatsoever.
No, because I never would have even came here. I probably went back to my old job, but going over there getting a resume done, Larry happened to see me. Said they was having a job fair. I stopped over there, had an interview with them. They liked me, sent me back for another interview, and then just took off from there.
Now, employers benefit just as much, but in a different way.
It helps the employer reduce their exposure to liability of training somebody. 50% wage reimbursement can be given to the employer, and they're actually doing the training. And that's why the government wants to fund this program.
With this, everybody wins.
It's definitely an important factor in us hiring somebody with little or no experiences versus trying to find an experienced person out there that might command more money, but also the challenge is trying to find that person because they're just not out there.
In Decatur, this is Steve Nicholls, WAND. Now, for many of us, yard work was our first real job. I remember pushing my mower or carrying a rake up and down the street from one house to the next. But I don't hear about people doing that much anymore. Paquan jumped right into it. See, he's learning how to do it old school with the help of Jeremy Morris and Workforce Investment Solutions.
This program with Workforce Investment Solutions gives us the opportunity to bring a young person in, to give them some experience, as well as to help us with our payroll.
In this case, Workforce Investment Solutions is reimbursing the wages.
Workforce Investment Solutions handles all of the payroll for this particular employee for the first 10 weeks of employment. And after that 10 weeks of employment, assuming that everything goes according to plan, everything goes well, we've trained that person to do exactly what we need them to do, then we'll bring them on our own payroll.
Now, Jeremy's taking a chance on Quan since this is his first real job and training him on how to be a good employee, not just how to do yard work.
There are some essential skills that every employer wants their employees to have. One is to be at work, number one. Number two is to definitely for them to be on time and ready to work.
The lessons learned with this experience will carry Quan on to his next job. See, he's not afraid of hard work.
You might be a little hot, be sweaty, you might be a little stinking, but it's good pay. You get a good paycheck.
But it also proves to himself and future employers that he can show up for work, do instructions, and gain some skills.
Now, sometimes it's a matter of finding the right business to take a chance on a young person, to give them that first work experience.
This is the proving ground, a training ground for them. These are the skills that they can take to any other employer and do a very, very good job.
Now, Workforce Investment Solutions is making it easier for employers to take that chance.
For any employer that's considering working with Workforce Investment Solutions on this particular program, I would highly recommend it. It gives young people the opportunity to learn your business, to learn from you, and it gives you the opportunity to get a bit of work out of some potential employees that might want to come on your payroll.
You see, this is a big win for employees and employers. In Decatur, this is Steve Nicholls, WAND.